What up, guys? This is Zero, and you're here because you want the best loadout, or you're like me, you're really tired of the RAM 7 and HRM that's been going on for like 3, 4 months. It looks like it's going to continue based on what every pro is using. But I'm gonna tell you, man, like it's probably because they are really used to the recoil pattern and stuff. But if you actually compare the data, there's really like two compatible, even better guns that I find on the first day for this Rebirth ranked, and let's get to it. So I'm gonna just reveal the secret right away. You can just move on if you don't want to hear further. These are the loadout, basically, surprisingly the MW2 gun. I'm gonna explain you how I get to this conclusion, and it might help you to not even needing any meta gun video in the future by just doing it on your own, taking 5 to 10 minutes of your time. You don't need extra tool, you just need the game itself, and you'll always find a gun that you like and that's going to be compatible or even better than the current meta. And the way to do it, so basically first let me show you the loadout for some people that doesn't want to keep on watching. So this is the loadout, try it out. This is like so much snappier than the previous loadout or even RAM 7. Comparing with RAM 7, this has faster fire rate, right? And then damage is similar, but this has like really long minimum damage range, meaning that you can shoot anywhere, like people from the sky. It's gonna be better with this gun. And I think the other advantage, yes, I almost forgot. ADS is gonna be better. Sprint to load time and reloading speed is gonna be better, surprisingly. And just use this and tell me if I'm right or not. Trust me on this. I'll show you how I came to that conclusion. And surprisingly, this gun. Compared to the HRM7, which is the current meta that all the pros using, compared to that, this is gonna have a slightly slower fire rate, but it's gonna be compensated with this crazy damage. If the damage number is around 30 per bullet for HRM, it's gonna be 47, like 46 for this one. That means like maybe 7 shot you can down someone instead of 10 shots. This is gonna be crucial for rank because every shot is matter of win or lose in the rank mode, right? So you want 7 shot instead of 10 shot. And it might have a little bit disadvantage on their fire rate. I will show you the detail, but you can copy this for now if you don't want to know how it came to this conclusion. So anyway, what you're gonna want is you want to screenshot something. I will show you. So first, you go to the current meta, right? Every time this is gonna be reusable method. So I'm gonna do current meta, just following one of the pro that I like. So for example, one of the top 250 players using this setup. I'm gonna select that. This one is also top 250 players controller, for example, if I use. I'm just gonna copy that controller players. If your keyboard follow someone that's really good, top 250 keyboard player, right? What you do is go to that's current meta and then click on tap on one on keyboard or LT on the controller, right? So you have this data with these are the data with all 5 attachments when you add them. Since we already know what pro is using, we're just gonna use the same loadout, for example, or something you've been using that you think is best. So take screenshot, right? I don't know how you do it, but it's Shift, Windows, and S for me. Dating playlist. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying if this loads up. This is I only want to play rank. I'm plat 3 now. I'm gonna keep on going, grinding like solo random content, random queue. Give me a follow and tuning to Twitch if you have like tuning to what I have. Anyway, follow the channel and then I'll announce it. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. Um, the method how I came to this and you can reuse it for every season. First, take a screenshot of those and this one too. Once you take the screenshot, for me, Shift, Windows, and S, say I take a screenshot like this, you can just directly copy paste to some places like, for example, my Discord, if it's opening. So my Discord is like this, right? So I just paste it here, and I already have this before, so I'm gonna open this. It's the it's best if you have another screen, either on your mobile, iPad, or another monitor screen. So you're gonna open this on another screen while go back to the game on your main screen or something like that. So you have two screen comparison. Otherwise you just have to toggle like I did here. Anyway, so we're comparing the RAM 7 with something that I want to use, and I know I want similar setup for fire rate, the maximum ammo. You can filter out a lot of gun that way. And I also know that MK9 has been really good recently, so I'm just gonna select that. You can follow some pro to set up this, or you can just simply start empty. So what you do is you go into the gunsmiths, right? Let's say I know I want the 60 round bullet. Again, press 1 or LTI on controller, and you have, let's say, the RAM 7 opening another screen, or I toggle it back. So I'm gonna look at some data comparison. For this one, you don't have to, but I'm just gonna select this, and let's say I want to select this. Do the same thing, right? Compare it with the RAM until eventually you find out each attachment that is compatible, right? Compatible with the RAM 7, and then come up with something like this, right? You can just follow this one, how I set up. This is the final, like the best one that's compatible even better. So once you set up something like with 5 attachment, right? You're gonna compare again. You might have to go back and redo it. So you just have to save the loadout, press 1 or LT again, and look at this. Take a screenshot if you want, or you just open this and toggle back, or opening another monitor is gonna be best. You compare it. So look at it. What I care first is the fire rate. Fire rate is faster. You're gonna down enemy faster if you're more accurate. And then of course damage rate, the damage number. So this one means let's say 40. It's 300 full health is like 5 shots. No, sorry. Yeah, 6 shot if it's 40. So it's almost 6 to 7 shot to down an enemy, which is awesome if you all headshots, of course. And then the upper lower torso is all 38, 30, 30, 29. So it's identical, right? It's almost identical. But what's going to be a lot different is this. So bullet velocity matter, especially when you're shooting someone running horizontally, or like parachuting, diving horizontally. It's going to matter a lot. But for this case, it's just 100 millisecond. We can ignore that. And then you see the minimum damage is crazy, but I will just skip this part, skip explaining that part. But effective damage range is you have a damage drop after this. So this is what matter. In Rebirth, this is more than enough, I think, across the building fight and all that. So it's identical. So what we're gonna want to make it better is see where we can make it better, right? So hipfire, we're gonna ignore it because we almost don't use hipfire in MW3 anymore. It's crazy. Like it doesn't have that kind of good snappy feeling compared to previous Warzone. So we can rule this out because if you quickly compare, these are identical, like almost the same. 4321 5063 4522 5266. It's almost identical. But ADS sprint to fire is gonna be a matter of win or lose in rank, right? You want if you can ADS faster, because you like unless you're like a camper player that you ADS all the time in camping in the corner, you run around, look for enemy or run away from enemy and turn back and like just reach out, right? So in that case, you want to ADS faster than the enemy. And let's say the enemy top 250 player, they have like 311 millisecond. You have 304 millisecond. It's faster. And look at sprint to fire. So what this means is when you're sprinting around, let's say in prison, in some like corner fight, you're gonna turn around corner fast. You're sprinting, right? You're sliding, you're sprinting, and you want to start shooting pre-firing even before you ADS. So you want this to be faster first, then the ADS. So 187 is 208. Look at that. It's faster, man. It's LMG. It's gonna be hitting hard. And swap speed is when you swap between the SMG and the other one. This is faster. Especially the reload speed is really slow on this one. You can almost feel if you use this gun. And look at this. I can't toggle it anymore. It's 1 second less, actually 0.1 millisecond less, and 2.7 is reload quickness. This one's 3.3. This is when you don't shoot empty. Like if you're down and clean one enemy, you started to repositioning yourself without emptying your mag. You're reloading like 5.5 millisecond faster. Faster is always good, right? But again, these are not the kill. Like these are not the what you call like the best part yet. The best part is this. We all know how horrible the horizontal. I'm sorry about the keep on toggling. It will be easier if you have two screen, but anyway, horizontal toggle. This is as lowest as you can get. Was the best attachment that top player is using. Is 12. This numbers, the lower is better. Ignore all that green and red mark. We're just comparing the number, actual number. So 12 is the lowest you can get. And then was this, the 7 is the lowest you can get. You can get lower than this, of course. Some people are gonna say, I can get this lower, but then you're compensating a lot of other stuff. We don't want that. We want this to be compatible and even better. And that's the case right now. These are also the case. And only focusing now, the focus left is here. It's 7. It's almost like twice less recoil on horizontal part. What this is basically something you cannot control. So you want this to be as low as possible, because like you're shooting people that are head glitching, you're shooting people that are parachuting in rank, or like someone who's doing like a lot of movement or like far away. These are something you cannot really control. So lower this is better. If the pro is using and they can control the 12, you can control the 7. It's almost twice less and it's gonna be better. And the recoil gunking doesn't matter really much if you just hold down to your stick shift, like hold it down and with mouse and key. But we want it to be lower the better, right? So 40, 41, 18, 17. It's almost identical. So you will see in my video like how snappy this gun is. I'm really happy that I find out how I can find out the meta like this, and this ended up being, if not better, like equally competitive. So thanks for staying this much, and if you're interested, I have a lot of more like method to do better FPS, better controlling setup, like controller setup, and some of the game setup besides what a lot of YouTube is already saying. I'm gonna cover those that are not covered, but it's gonna be really beneficial if you're a type of like DIY guy like me, while also observing what pro players doing, but also come up with something that's gonna be bulletproof for yourself. Just give me a follow and like, or any comments or question if you have. Same thing you're gonna do for this, right? So again, since you're already here, I'm just gonna say this new gun is really good for like stair fight, indoor and stuff, but the reason why the pro is still using HRM is because fire rate is really good, and then it has a range, right? You can fight across, and it has a really good recoil, and then the spring fire speed is really decent. Especially the damage is 35, start with 35, and if they hit a lot of headshot, they will still gonna compete with the newest gun that has better damage. But I forgot to mention the SMG. Why I come to this SMG after comparing all. So this one, right? Same thing, right? The method you already know. You screenshot the current meta or what top player is using, and you go to set up something that is equally compatible or better. So first thing is actually we need to 50 mag size, right? So in default, there's only few guns that have either you can upgrade it to 50 or default it has 50, and this one should have quicker reload if I'm correct. So I ended up choosing this, and it ended up being a lot better because look at this. The headshot damage, upper torso, lower torso, everything is so much higher than this or than a lot of other SMG. It's crazy. So let's say this is almost 50, right? This is almost 40. 50 means you only have to have like 300 full health is what, six shot to completely down an enemy, right? With full plate. And then the other one, if it's 40, it's like two more shot, right? One or two more shot until you can down an enemy. And shooting anywhere. Like the upper leg damage is as close as headshot damage. How crazy is that? So while having the similar stat, it has better bullet velocity, 100 more. Fire rate is about 100 something less. It's okay. It's forgiving for people who doesn't play every day, right? You can use your bullet to its point instead of wasting it if it has like so much faster fire rate. So recoil pattern is like 8, 36, 56, 7, 33, 45. So a little bit worse, right? But it's not end of the world if you can control the like the people that are here this long, you should be good enough to control like the recoil gun kick, and horizontal is almost identical. And what's also better is it's identical almost. Oh, actually, it's faster ADS. It's also a lot faster sprint to fire speed, and that's why with the crazy damage, that's why this is gonna be better, right? Again, I explain why sprint to fire and ADS is important. So yeah, like you can do the same thing on the other guns. I compared it with this. I also compared it with one of those and find out exactly why I can or I cannot use them to compete with top 250 players like loadout. Also this one, this is the 556. So I'm not gonna be like a lot of video to cover like 10 or 12, 15 loadout you can use. This is just best of the best in my opinion, and I want to showcase some of the video in my gameplay. You're gonna have to trust me on this. This is really good. If you like the video or like give it a follow, it's gonna support me a lot, and hope you enjoy the video. See you next time.